Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real English Conversations, where learning English is easy and fun.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Tom. We're so happy you're here with us today. If you're new, subscribe so you don't miss our daily episodes.
So, Tom, you look exhausted. What happened?
I tried to bake a cake for Lily's birthday last night.
Oh, how did it go?
Well, I can make scrambled eggs, I can boil pasta, but a 3-layer chocolate cake? I could not do it. It was a disaster.
A 3-layer cake? That's ambitious.
I know. I watched a video and thought, I can do this. It looks easy. But 20 minutes in, my hands were shaking. There was flour on the ceiling, Anna, and my kitchen smelled like something was burning because something was burning.
Oh no, flour on the ceiling?
Don't ask me how. I still don't understand. I tried to mix the batter and it just exploded. My arms were so tired from stirring. And the worst part, I couldn't even get the cake out of the pan. It was completely stuck.
So what did you do?
I called Lily's mom. She was able to rescue it somehow. She came over, looked at my disaster, and in 30 minutes, she turned it into an actual cake. I was standing there watching her like, how can she do that so easily?
Some people just have that gift.
And I was thinking, isn't that interesting? I can cook simple things. I could make toast when I was 10 years old, but I was not able to make this cake. And Lily's mom, she can bake anything. She could make croissants when she was 20. She was able to fix my mess in half an hour.
Tom, did you hear what you just did?
What?
You just used can, could, and be able to perfectly. 3 different ways to talk about ability, and you nailed every single one.
Wait, I did?
You did! And that's exactly what we're talking about today. How to use can, could, and be able to in everyday English.
Oh, I accidentally introduced the topic through my baking failure.
The best introductions are accidental ones.
So these 3 are all about ability?
They're all related to ability, but they each do something a little different. Think of them like 3 siblings in the same family. They look similar, but they have different personalities.
Okay, I like that. 3 siblings. Who's the oldest?
Can is the most basic. It's the everyday sibling, the one you see the most. You use can for things you are able to do right now in the present.
Like, I can swim, I can drive, I can speak English.
Exactly. Present ability. Things you know how to do right now. She can play guitar, he can cook Italian food, I can run 5 kilometers.
Simple and clean. I can do this thing. I have the ability right now.
And the negative is can't. I can't sing, he can't drive, they can't come to the party.
I can't bake a cake, as we have established.
Well documented. But here's an important point. Can isn't only for ability, it's also for permission.
Oh, right. Like, can I use your phone?
Exactly. Can I sit here? Can I borrow your pen? You can leave early today. This is can for permission. Am I allowed to do this?
Wait, my English teacher in school always said can means ability and may means permission. She would say, you can leave, but you may not.
The classic teacher response. Technically, that's the old grammar rule. May is more formally correct for permission, but in everyday English, almost everyone uses can for permission. It's completely natural and normal.
So my teacher was being extra?
She was being grammatically precise, but in real conversation, can I have a coffee is perfectly fine. Nobody will correct you. May I have a coffee sounds very formal, like you're at a fancy restaurant or talking to the queen.
Good to know. I don't talk to queens very often.
Not yet.
Okay, so can equals present ability plus everyday permission. What about could?
Could is the middle sibling, more complex, more interesting. Could has several jobs.
Several. How many?
At least 4, and they're all important. First job. Could is the past tense of can. It talks about ability you had in the past.
Like, I could swim when I was 5. Past ability.
Right. She could speak French when she lived in Paris. When I was younger, I could run for hours without getting tired.
Those were the days. I could eat anything without gaining weight when I was 18. Now if I even look at a pizza, I can feel my jeans getting tighter.
I know that feeling. Your body just changes the rules on you. But notice, I could eat anything means it was a general ability in the past. You had that ability over a period of time.
So could is for things I used to be able to do. General past ability.
Exactly. General or repeated ability in the past. I could play piano when I was a kid. This means over that whole period, you had that skill. And actually, Lily told me she could play piano beautifully when she was younger. Does she still play?
Sometimes, but she says her fingers don't move the way they used to. She could play Chopin at 14, but now she struggles with simple songs. It makes her a little sad, actually. You can see it in her face, this look of frustration when her fingers don't cooperate.
That's so relatable. We all have things we could do once but have lost.
What about you? What could you do that you can't do now?
I could do a cartwheel when I was 12, like a perfect one. Now I would probably end up in the hospital. My whole body tenses up just thinking about it.
Oh, please don't try.
I won't. But here's where it gets interesting. Could has a second job. Polite requests.
Oh, could you pass the salt? That kind of thing.
Exactly. Could you help me with this? Could you close the window? Could I borrow your charger? When you use could instead of can for requests, it sounds softer, more polite, more considerate.
So, can you help me is fine, but could you help me is more polite?
Right. Think of it like this. Can is knocking on someone's door. Could is knocking gently. Both work, but could shows more respect.
I like that image. Jake always says, "Can you come help me move this weekend?" And it feels more like a demand. But if he said, "Could you come help me?" it would feel more like a genuine question.
Exactly. With could, you're giving the other person space to say no. It's softer, less direct. Your shoulders can relax because there's less pressure.
I need to teach Jake this. He just texted me yesterday, "Can you help me move on Saturday?" No please, no could, just a command.
That's very Jake.
It really is. So what's the third job for could?
The third job is possibility. Could can express that something is possible but not certain.
Like, it could rain tomorrow.
Perfect example. It could rain means it's possible, maybe it will, maybe it won't. She could be at home right now. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. You're not sure.
What about he could be the best player on the team?
That works too. Possible but not definite. And could also expresses hypothetical situations, things that aren't real but you're imagining. I could travel the world if I had more money.
I could sleep for a week if someone let me. That's my dream right now. My eyes are so heavy just thinking about it.
After your baking adventure, I believe it. And the fourth job for could, suggestions.
Suggestions?
We could go to the beach this weekend. You could try calling them again. She could ask her teacher for help. You're offering ideas, possibilities.
Oh, so we could is like, how about we?
Exactly. It's a gentle suggestion, not pushy, not demanding, just putting an idea out there.
I use this with Lily all the time. We could watch a movie tonight. We could try that new restaurant.
And it sounds natural because you're not telling her what to do, you're suggesting.
Okay, so could is incredibly versatile. Past ability, polite requests, possibility, and suggestions. That's a lot of work for one little word.
It's a busy word. Now let's talk about the third sibling. Be able to.
This one feels more formal, like it's wearing a suit.
It is a bit more formal, but be able to is special because it can go where can and could can't go.
What do you mean?
Can and could are modal verbs. They can't follow other modal verbs, and they don't have all the tenses. You can't say, I will can, or I have could. It sounds wrong just hearing it.
Yeah, I will can swim is terrible.
But you can say, I will be able to swim. I have been able to finish the project. I want to be able to speak English fluently. Be able to fills the gaps where can and could can't work.
Oh, so it's like a substitute player. It comes in when can and could need a break.
That's a perfect metaphor. And be able to is especially important for 3 situations. First, the future. I'll be able to come to your party. She won't be able to finish by Friday.
Because you can't say, I will can come.
Exactly. Can has no future form. Be able to steps in.
What about I can come tomorrow? That works, right?
It does. For near future plans, can works fine. I can meet you at 3. I can do it next week. But for more formal or distant future, be able to is better. After this course, you'll be able to speak English confidently.
Got it. Can for simple, close future. Be able to for formal or distant future.
The second important use, the present perfect. I haven't been able to sleep well lately. She's been able to save a lot of money this year.
Because you can't say, I haven't could sleep.
Definitely not. And the third use, this is the really important one. Past specific achievements.
What do you mean by specific achievements?
Okay, this is a big difference. Listen carefully. Could is for general ability in the past, things you could do repeatedly over time. But when you're talking about one specific moment where you succeeded at something difficult, you use was able to or managed to.
Can you give me an example? That's a little confusing.
Sure. When I was young, I could run fast. This is general. I had this ability. But the building was on fire and she was able to escape through the window. This is one specific moment. She succeeded in that one situation.
Oh, so I shouldn't say she could escape?
In that context, no. She could escape sounds like she had the general ability to escape, which is weird. She was able to escape, or she managed to escape, means she actually did it in that one critical moment.
This is like could is the skill you carry around with you, and was able to is using that skill successfully in a specific moment.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Let me give you another pair. He could play piano, general skill. After months of practice, he was able to play the whole song perfectly, specific achievement.
So for my cake story, I couldn't bake the cake works because it was a specific situation.
Actually, for negative sentences, it's different. For can't and couldn't, you can use either one for specific situations. I couldn't do it, and I wasn't able to do it. Both work fine for specific moments. The rule mainly applies to positive sentences.
Oh, so the difference only matters when it's positive.
Mostly, yes. I could swim equals general past ability. I was able to swim across the lake, specific achievement. But I couldn't swim across the lake and I wasn't able to swim across the lake. Both are fine.
That actually makes it easier. I only need to worry about the positive sentences.
Exactly. And don't worry, native speakers sometimes mix these up too. It's not a catastrophic mistake. People will understand you either way.
That's reassuring. My chest was getting tight just thinking about all these rules.
Don't worry, it's simpler than it sounds. Start small. Start small. The more you hear these in real conversations, the more natural it becomes.
Can we do some practice? I want to make sure I've got this right.
Of course. I'll give you a situation. You choose can, could, or be able to.
Ready.
You want to ask your boss politely if you can leave work early.
Could I leave a bit early today? I have a doctor's appointment.
Perfect. Could for polite requests, the polite knocking on the door approach. Next, you're talking about your childhood.
I could climb trees really well when I was 8. I was like a little monkey, and I remember the feeling of the bark under my hands, rough and solid.
Great. Could for general past ability. Next, you finished a really hard project at work yesterday.
After working until midnight, I was able to finish the design before the deadline.
Excellent. Was able to for a specific achievement. You did it in that one moment. Next, you're making plans for next month.
I'll be able to take a week off in April. Lily and I are planning a trip.
Perfect. Will be able to for future ability. Can doesn't have a future tense form, so be able to steps in. One more. You're not sure if it will snow tonight.
It could snow tonight. The temperature is dropping, and I can feel the cold seeping through the window.
Beautiful. Could for possibility. You're not sure, but it's possible.
I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. The fog in my brain is clearing.
You really are. Let's do our vocabulary review now. Okay, first, ability. Ability, the power or skill to do something.
Ability. Ability. She has the ability to learn languages quickly.
Second, permission. Permission, when someone allows you to do something.
Permission. Permission. The teacher gave us permission to leave early.
Third, polite request. Polite request, asking for something in a respectful, gentle way.
Polite request. Polite request. Could you please open the window is a polite request.
Fourth, possibility. Possibility, something that might happen or might be true.
Possibility. Possibility. There's a possibility it could rain, so bring an umbrella.
Fifth, general ability. General ability, a skill you have or had over a period of time.
General ability. General ability. I could run fast when I was young. That was a general ability.
Sixth, specific achievement. Specific achievement, something you successfully did in one particular moment.
Specific achievement. Specific achievement. I was able to pass the exam after studying all night.
Seventh, manage to. Manage to. To succeed in doing something difficult.
Manage to. Manage to. She managed to find a parking spot in the busy city center.
Eighth, hypothetical. Hypothetical, something imagined, not real.
Hypothetical. Hypothetical. I could travel the world if I won the lottery. That's hypothetical.
And those are our key vocabulary words for today. 8 words that help you understand can, could, and be able to better.
This was really helpful. I feel like these 3 words finally make sense to me, like puzzle pieces that just clicked into place. I can almost hear the click in my brain.
And remember, can for present ability and everyday permission, could for past ability, polite requests, possibility, and suggestions. And be able to when you need future tense, present perfect, or to describe a specific achievement.
3 siblings, 3 personalities, 1 family.
I love that.
All right, that was our deep dive into can, could, and be able to.
Now, a question for you. Tell us in the comments, what is something you couldn't do before, but now you can? Maybe you couldn't cook, but now you can. Or you couldn't speak English, but now you can have conversations. We want to hear your story.
Use can, could, or be able to in your answer. Show us what you learned today.
We love reading your comments.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who's learning English.
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our daily episodes.
We post new episodes every single day.
We'll see you tomorrow with another easy conversation.
Until then, keep learning, keep practicing, keep growing.
You can do this. You could always do this, and you will be able to speak English fluently.